Okay, so for SIG number 8, part 1, it asks us to find the position, velocity, and the speed, and then the acceleration at time equals 8. So we started off by finding out the position function, which is just the integral of the velocity, and we integrated and we ended up getting t cubed minus 30t squared plus 225t, and then we plugged in 8 to find the position at 8, which is just 392, and then we moved on to just plugging in 8 into the velocity function that they provided for us, and that ended up just being negative 63. And then we moved on to speed, and speed is just the absolute value of the velocity, and since we got negative 63, the absolute value of negative 63 is 63 at time equals 8. And then lastly, we found the acceleration at 8, which is just the derivative of the velocity. And so we found the derivative of the velocity, which was 6t minus 60, and then we plugged in 8, and then so the acceleration at 8 of time is negative 12. So for SIG number 8, part 2, it's asking us to find the velocity function and the position function. And what we did was we found the integral of the acceleration to get the velocity, and then found the integral of velocity to get the position function. So to get the velocity function, we found the integral, which just was 3t squared, because you added 1 to the exponent and got the same number in the denominator, and then ended up simplifying to 3t squared, and the same to 24, which would just be 24t since it's a constant. And then we did the same for the position function. We added 1 to the exponent and then divided the same number in the denominator, and then it simplified to t cubed, and then 24t we would add an exponent and then divide it in the denominator by the same number, and it would simplify to 12t squared.
So for part 3 of SIG test 8, they want you to find the displacement and the distance traveled when v of t equals 3t squared minus 26t plus 40 from 0 to 8. So first you have to find the position function, and to find the position function you have to take the integral of v of t. So that's what we did here. So you just have to add 1 to the exponent and divide by 3, and the 3's cancel out to give you t to the third. And you do the same for negative 26t, and you get negative 13t squared. And for plus 40, it's just going to be plus 40t because it's a constant, and then plus c always. And so to find the displacement, you have to get s of b minus s of a, and in this case our b is 8 and our a is 0. So you have to do s of 8, which is 0 when you plug it into your calculator, and s of 0, which is also 0 when you plug it into your calculator. So when you subtract that, it's just going to end up being 0, so your displacement is 0. Now to find your distance, you have to use this formula. So it's the integral of the absolute value of the derivative. So you have to plug this all into your calculator, so that's what I did here, and when you do, you get 101.6296319, and you just have to round it to 101.63. So for part 4 of SIG test 8, they want you to find the average value of a function over the given interval, then evaluate the integral. So this is the function we're given, and these are the 2 points, a and b. So to find that average value, you have to use 1 over b minus a times the integral of f of x from a to b. So we plugged in 3 minus 2 because 3 is going to be b and 2 is going to be a, and you just get 1, so you really only have to worry about this because anything times 1 is just going to be itself. So you plug this part into the calculator, and when you do, you're going to get negative 0.66 repeating, so then you just round it to negative 0.667.